Welcome once again to the J1 League Goal Zone. More top-flight football for you from Japan, where the title race seems to grow by the week. Newest team to put themselves in the mix is FC Tokyo, sitting just 4 points off the top. The capital side headed to Fukuoka to try and consolidate their position, while the current league leaders Kashima were at home against Jubilo. Shona, in trouble at the bottom of the league, were facing Shimizu. 4 teams will play their matches at a later date due to AFC commitments. Kicking things off in Nagoya then, a loss over the weekend extended their winless run to 4 matches, and Grampus were hovering above the relegation zone. Their opponents Kyoto had enjoyed a strong start to the year and could give Kenta Hasagawa's men a run for their money. Kyoto's Peter Utaka's having a fine season, and here in only the 4th minute, he collects the through ball, dances around the goalkeeper, but his shot wasn't firm enough to beat Shinosuke Nakatani on the line. Nagoya's Mateus Castro standing over the dead ball in the 36th minute. No danger of a direct shot on goal, you might think. Think again. That's 1-0 to the home team. But having conceded that freakish goal, Kyoto recovered quickly. Utaka sends the ball to the right-hand side, and a superb cross from Kosuke Shirai finds Utaka for the return ball, and he skillfully guides his header into the top corner, 1-1 at the half. Just moments into the second half, and Utaka was involved again, threading the ball through to Shohei Takeda, and he blazes this chance left-footed over the bar. 5 minutes later, and Nagoya come forward, putting the Kyoto goal under pressure. When the ball is finally pulled back to the edge of the box, Leo Silva can't quite keep his shot on target, dragging it away to the left-hand side. A 65th minute, Nagoya break down the right, sees Mateus enthusiastically signalling for the ball, but he reaches it a little too early and frustratingly pulls the ball across the face of the goal. Looking for a late winner, Nagoya had 2 chances from corners. First here in the 79th minute, and as they all bunch at the near post, Noriyoshi Sakai glances the ball wide of the mark. Then in the 95th minute, once the ball is initially cleared, Nakatani tries a shot from just inside the box. It's cleared with virtually the last kick of the game, and this one finishes 1-1.
It's nice to score a header with my new headband. Since 2 years, I haven't scored a goal in Tango with header. So, but today, I put a new headband on, and then I get 1 goal. I'm happy with that, not just for that, but also to not losing here in Nagoya, because it's a very difficult place to play. Every day trying to get better, and not trying to look at my age, but trying to look at what I can do for the team. And also trying to, eat healthy and, sleep on time. And at the same time, I train really, really hard to keep my condition the way they are now.
Kashiwa were certainly hot at the start of the season, but things had taken a turn in their last 3 matches, having lost all of them, conceding 7 goals. They were in Hiroshima to play a side who'd found their stride of late. Sanfrecce were undefeated in 5. Look poised to jump into the top 5. After a 13th minute free kick, an inspired piece of skill by Junior Santos, taking a first touch, spinning, and then half volleying his finish home, gave them exactly the start they wanted. And they were pressing for a second just 5 minutes later. Sho Sasaki with a nice through ball to Makoto Mitsuta. He lays it off to Santos, whose right-footed shot looked destined for the bottom corner, before being palmed away by Kim Seung-gyu. Kashiwa's first decent chance came in the 27th minute. Mao Hosoya breaking down the right-hand side. He cuts it back for Keita Nakamura, who can't keep his shot down. Moments before the half-time break, more excellent goalkeeping from Kim in the Kashiwa goal, as Sanfrecce's Tsukasa Morishima tries a left-footed effort from outside the box. But this entertaining first half wasn't over yet. Mateus Savio cuts inside from the right, feeds Angelotti, and diving away to his right, Keisuke Osako with a fine tip away. 8 minutes into the second half, and an ambitious effort from Morishima It took a deflection and Kim did well to get a hand to that one. And in the 70th minute, Kashiwa would find their equaliser. A series of forward passes allowed Keito Mori to get in behind the defence, and he finished with aplomb, tucking that one away into the far corner beyond the goalkeeper's outstretched arm. Having found their way back into the contest, could Kashiwa now find a late winner? Tomoya Koyamatsu wins possession in the 87th minute, feeds Mori, who with a good option to his right must surely pass, but instead he goes for goal, and that's a spectacular winner to steal all 3 points for the visitors. Sitting at the top of the table, the Antlers were on a 4-match winning streak with only 1 goal conceded during that time. The visiting Jubilo had taken a win last weekend, sneaking in 2 late goals for maximum points, and would be looking to bring that momentum to Kashima for this one. 16 minutes in, and Yuta Higuchi receives the ball, looks up and fires in a centre to Arthur Kaika, whose header, despite its power, went straight down the throat of Alexei Koselev in goal. But just before the half-hour mark, Kaika would get another opportunity from the corner. This time he directs his header away from the goalkeeper, and Kashima go a goal up. It was proving to be a dominant first half from the home team. Higuchi here going close from outside the box. But just a minute after that, and they were on target again. Yuma Suzuki nudges the ball through to Ayase Ueda, and with 2 defenders around him and a goalkeeper advancing, he slots the ball through for the second goal of the game. Into the second half, and it's Kashima who are still playing the better football. Suzuki once again linking up with Ueda, whose quick feet provide him with the right-footed opportunity, which he can't quite keep on target. But Jubilo proved resistant to pressure. Here in the 71st minute, from a corner, the second ball is lofted towards the far post, where Fabian Gonzalez is waiting, and Jubilo are back in it. But Kashima weren't about to let their dominance come to nothing. Ueda picks up the ball in the danger zone once again, and fabulous solo work from the 23-year-old seals this one for the home team. The Antlers win all 3 points and stay top of the table. From the top to the bottom, just 1 win in their opening 10 games meant Shonan was sitting in the bottom 2 with only 5 goals to their name. Their opponents Shimizu were only slightly better off, sitting 1 spot above them, but came into this one on the back of 4 straight losses. There was an early chance for Shonan in only the 3rd minute. Masaki Ikeda finds some daylight on the edge of the box, his left-footed shot though gathered by the goalkeeper. At the other end of the field, Teruki Hara receives the ball on the right-hand side, and just as everyone's expecting a cross, he tries a shot at goal. Daiki Tomi alert to the opportunity though. 12 minutes later, amid a crowded midfield, Yuito Suzuki proves his strength on the ball. He threads it through to Katsuhiro Nakayama, and that's a beautiful finish to put Shimizu in front. And it was barely 4 minutes before they doubled their advantage. An outswinging corner provides Thiago Santana with 2 bites of the cherry, neither of which he can digest. Good goalkeeping from Tommy, but nothing he can do to stop the follow-up from Yuito Suzuki, and Shimizu are 2 goals to the good. But the visiting side weren't done with their purple patch just yet. Barely 2 minutes later, Suzuki broke down the right-hand side. Ryohei Shirazaki made a run towards the near post and just got enough on the ball to prevent the goalkeeper from keeping it out. 3 goals in 5 minutes, and the visitors already look home and dry. But there were signs just before the break that Shonan weren't here to lie down. Takuji Yonemoto finding Wellington, but he's denied by Shuichi Gonda in goal. They would though find some success early in the second half. Daiki Sugioka with the cross, and Kazuki Oiwa squeezes in amid the defenders to pull one back for Shonan. Were they now about to rescue the game? Just 2 minutes later, from the corner, it's headed on at the near post to Oiwa, who looked certain to score, but for Gonda, who got those big hands of his in the way. Shimizu, though, would put this one to bed after a corner of their own. Yoshinori Suzuki was the first to get his head to it, and after a scramble, he finally tucks away the loose ball. Shimizu win this one by 4 goals to 1, and that's a big 3 points for the visitors. Still nothing going right for Shonan then, picking up their 7th loss of the season. When we come back, time to look in on a side where everything is going right. Can FC Tokyo make it 6 unbeaten? Thanks for keeping it here with us on the J1 League Goal Zone. If you want goals, we've got them lined up for you from the hottest league in Asia, delivered fresh to you all season long. Sagan had lost only once this season, thanks largely to a defence that's allowed just 6 goals so far. After a recent 4-1 hammering of Kashiwa, they would be aiming for another big result when Cerezo came to town. An inconsistent run of form for the visitors of late, a loss could see them slip into the bottom half of the league. Here's Rish Roshan Rai.
Again. Oh, lovely flick in behind by Moria. Gets it back from Kakita. Forces Kim Jin-hyun to do some work with that save. Hiroshi Kiyotake drifting in field a lot more. Being that playmaker, dropping in off that left-hand side. If they can get it into him, which they have on a couple of occasions already. It's a loose pass here, and it's picked up by Nanase on one of his trademark driving runs down the right-hand side. Oh, just a little bit too much on that for Kakita to get on the end of. Wonderful work from Ino Nanase. Picked off that pass. Struggle a little bit on that goal-scoring department. 9 goals the season after. This is the one for Cerezo last year from 12 appearances. Can he make a difference? Can he make an impact? Jean-Patrick with the lovely cutback from Bruno Mendes. Was that a handball from Tashiro? He's claiming it was. And it has been given. Cerezo Osaka perhaps against the run of play, conceding a penalty. Masaya Tashiro, he's got his arms out away from his body. He knows he has to put his body on the line there, just throws himself into a challenge. It's unfortunate. Where does he go now? Up against Park Hye-gyu. Can he keep his side in it, Park Hye-gyu? Mendes, just step up. Well, he changes sides, Bruno Mendes, and gets his goal. And it's the opening one for Cerezo Osaka, who've been under lots of pressure. But they're the side who find a way through. His 2nd goal of this campaign, Bruno Mendes. His eyes on the goalkeeper all the way through. Up until the last moment. Picks his spot. Yonjic just encouraging his side on. Wanting them to maintain their concentration at this late stage of the game. Origome whipped in, but Yonjic is able to get a head on it. The shot comes back in. What a goal from Sagan Tosu. It's an outstanding equalizer from the substitute, the former Cerezo Osaka midfielder, now Yuki Fujita, showing that perhaps they shouldn't have let him go. Coming off the bench and making a huge impact with that outstanding strike. Initial header away from Yonjic, picked up by Fujita. A shift onto his left foot and an absolute pile driver past Kim Jin-hyun. Wonderful technique on that hit. Lovely camera work as well. No chance for Kim Jin-hyun. That's a super goal. Fujita plays such an intelligent ball forward to Fuji Honda. Nakano. Space for Fujita again. Decides against the shot. Gets it back. Fujita! Well, incredibly, he could have won it. And won the second goal at least for his side. Quick succession and a strike from range. This time, we can put in quality. And into Adam Taggart, who can't apply the finishing touch. What an opportunity for Cerezo, what an opportunity for Adam Taggart, who's not had too much game time, perhaps a little bit cold in that situation. But what a thrilling end to this game. It ends here at the Ekimai Real Estate Stadium. Sagan Tosu 1, Cerezo Osaka 1.
A slender win last weekend meant Avispa were now 4 unbeaten across all competitions, and they sit firmly in the middle of the table. Their opponents, Tokyo, were flying high, just 4 points shy of the leaders and boasting the best defence in the league. The third-minute opener from Avispa came from a comedy of errors. From the corner, neither goalkeeper nor defender decides to claim it, and in the ensuing scramble, Daiki Mir bundles the ball over the line. More defensive hesitancy at the other end of the field. Takaaki Shichi responsible for the sloppy back pass, and that allows Kuryu Matsuki to round the goalkeeper, and Tokyo are back in this one. But parity would resume for only 15 minutes. Yet more suspect defending allowed Yuya Yamagishi to get the ball into a shooting position. He sends the finish beyond the outstretched arm of Jakub Sloik, and Avispa are back in front. Barely 3 minutes into the second half, and Tatsuya Tanaka, playing the role of a traditional left winger, sends in a superb ball to the near post. Lukian gets his head to that, and now it's 3-1. 14 minutes later, and Yota Maijima sends the ball over the top for Yamagishi to run onto. Bearing down on goal, he finishes very smartly, and Avispa now have a 3-goal margin. And they weren't done yet. The long ball played over the top by Tanaka, not dealt with by the defender. Lukian takes advantage. That's a very cool finish from the Brazilian, and Avispa are now up by 5-1. Looking to make it 6, the front line were picking off the Tokyo defenders at ease. Looking for his hat-trick, Lukian's shot couldn't quite provide the finish he needed. With 8 minutes left and the game all but lost for Tokyo, a nice piece of skill from Ryomo Watanabe. But his shot on goal wasn't nearly as good as his turn. This one finishes 5-1 for the home team. A recent defeat for Gamba meant that the home team in this one had now failed to score in their last 3 matches. They were up against Consadole, who came into this match off the back of a slender win over Shonan. And with both sides having trouble finding the back of the net lately, this one looked destined to be short on goals. Here's Shazad Haq.
An attack that's struggling against a team that has not defended well. What is in store for us? It's Sapporo start first, and it's against the post, and then cleared off the line. It looked like early action already. Does really well, a little shimmy. That is very odd defending. It's nervy defending, isn't it, from Kwon? There's Lucas. Was there a foul on Kaneko? No, it says the referee. Onose, he's gone for goal. Seemed to see that one late, didn't he? Sugeno, he's pushed that wide. Last couple of minutes here, can we get a goal just before half-time? Shunta Tanaka, touch on from Kaneko. Lucas into the box, first time shot there from Komai, straight at Ichimori. He's watching closely, and remember there's VAR as well. Oh, he's pointed to the spot. Well, he was keeping a very close eye on Kwon. It wasn't as if there wasn't a warning. A yellow card for the Korean as well. I don't understand why Kwon would do that. He was really, really warning him. You could see that, watching him. He's got his arms all over him. It does appear to be a little bit soft. Now, let's see what VAR says, but certainly a lot of grappling with the skipper there. Can't put your arms around players like that. And an opportunity here for Gabriel Xavier to break his duck here for this 2022 season. Little stutter! Oh, it's not a good penalty. Ichimori uses every inch of his frame to get down. It wasn't hit cleanly, and an opportunity, a golden opportunity for Sapporo, not taken. That little stutter, not really a fan of that. It's just too close to the keeper. He read it well. Given the time, he went off his line, I think. Daiki Suga looks up. Oh, and that's not far away from Komai, who attacked that ball well. He's the tallest man in the world, Yoshiki Komai. Threw himself at that. Lucas advancing. Good hits there from Takuna Arano, but again, strong hands from Ichimori. Hit that first time, Arano, probably the right choice. Lucas putting a lot of pace on that. All he had to do was guide it, but it was too close to the keeper. Decent save, what you'd expect him to make, though. Shaking off the tensions there. Did well for Kuda. Oh, that's a decent save, isn't it? Stinging shot from Yanagisawa that Sugeno does well. It's much more of a game now, isn't it? It's more like it. Put his foot right through it. As for the other man that's come on for Sapporo, Taika Nakashima, 19 years of age. Forward, ironically, from Osaka, and a chance here. Really good save from Ichimori from Aoki's shot. Suga. Here's Aoki. Maybe one more bit of luck here for Aoki. Oh, it's a stunning shot with the outside of his boot. Daiki Suga, but it's straight to the goalkeeper. Another decent save from Ichimori. The referee has called time. Jun Ichimori saving a penalty and then making a couple of very important saves for his side. Something to keep the fans entertained, and the full-time score here at the Panasonic Stadium Suita. It's Gamba Osaka 0, Hokkaido Consadole Sapporo 0.
All 7 matches completed, Nagoya grinding out a 1-1 draw against Kyoto, Kashiwa with an amazing comeback to beat Sanfrecce 2-1, Kashima with a big win at home against Jubilo, and Shimizu were supreme in Shonan, winning by 4-1. Sagan pulled out a draw at home against Cerezo, while Avispa gave Tokyo a 5-1 thumping in Fukuoka. After 11 rounds, Kashima stand on top of the table after another win, 5 points ahead of Kawasaki. Kashiwa made the move into 3rd after Tokyo failed to win their match. Sagan earned their 7th draw this season, and they sit in 6th place on 16 points. Kyoto have the same number of points. Avispa's win sees them move into the top half of the table in 8th. Another draw for Hokkaido, and they drop into the lower half, while Shimizu made a huge jump into 12th after they trounced Shonan this round. Still parked at the foot of the table are Vissel, who are searching for some good fortune and that first win. We're more than a quarter of the way into the season, and almost 100 games have been played already. We hope you've enjoyed all of the action right here on the J1 League Goal Zone. There's always more coming your way. My name's Steve Dawson, and we'll see you next time.